Hello and welcome to Brodual. This time we have fishing in Skyrim. This is a mod that adds the activity of fishing to the game, and it's probably not as simple as you think. The mod adds 3 methods to catch fish. There's the good old fashioned rod and bait, there's fishing nets to catch multiple fish in one go, and then finally there's the ancient Dwemer technique of boom fishing. All 3 of the methods use lesser powers to control them, which are automatically gained once you get your hands on the equipment. The mod also adds a new fishing merchant to the game who can be found near the Solitude sawmill, and he'll be able to sell you nearly everything you need to get started. First, let's start off with a fishing rod, which can be found by crafting, on merchants, or just by lying around near docks. The rods come in 3 different qualities that will determine how effective your fishing is, as well as how far you can cast it into the body of water. Once you have a rod, then you'll need to get some bait, which can be anything from small pieces of meat, to bugs, or even other fish. Then you just need to use the lesser power to cast your rod into any body of water. What's interesting is that the mod adds regional fishing, so certain areas and bodies of water will inhabit different types of fish. On top of that, it also adds a variety of different things to catch in the water, from new species like jellyfish or the rare albino catfish. You might even hook onto lost relics too, which will probably be junk, but if you're lucky enough it could be worth something. There's also rumours of a legendary Dwemer flying fish that swims in the lakes of Skyrim, which when caught will follow its owner around. The second method of fishing involves nets. These can also be found on merchants, or you can craft them at any tanning rack. This is a much faster alternative to the rods and potentially involves catching multiple fish at once. The downside, however, is that slaughterfish are attracted to the nets and tend to rip them apart, which means they'll break and you'll have to repair them. On top of that, finding a place with loads of fish can be quite difficult when you first get started, so you'll end up breaking your net and receiving very little in return. However, once you find a populated area, you'll be loaded with fish and relics in no time. And finally, the last method comes from the Dwemer, and it involves using explosives to stun all of the fish in a body of water. As you can imagine, this is by far the easiest and quickest way to catch multiple fish at once, potentially even dozens of fish with a single explosive. To get started, you'll either need Dwemer mines or rods, both of which can be forged or bought from merchants. Once you throw them into the water using the powers, you'll need to quickly back up to make sure you're not caught in the fire, and then within seconds you'll hopefully notice a whole bunch of dead fish rise to the surface. So overall, you have 3 unique methods of catching fish, and much like in real life, the speed and effectiveness depends on how much you're willing to spend on your equipment. What we really like about the mod is the extra little details, like the flying fish minion, the lost relics, and the additional species and alchemy ingredients. There's even hidden legendary fishing equipment that's more effective than the ones you can craft or buy from merchants. So if you're interested in adding this fun activity to your game, then you can find a link down below, and as always be sure to leave an endorsement on any mod you enjoy, and thanks for watching.